Welcome to Take 5, a podcast brought to you by Newleaf Training and Development. Each edition is an inspiring interview with a leader worth listening to. Enjoy!
Hi there, I'm Mark Griffiths, one of the client partners at Newleaf Training and Development, and I'm delighted to be joined today by Echo Karras, who is a Client Development Director at Engineered Tax Services. Echo, for 17 years now, Newleaf Training Development have focused on our core purpose of helping organizations and people better manage themselves, lead others, and grow business acumen. What are your recommended best practices to help people and organizations be their best? But please do start by telling us a little bit about you, your organization, what you do, and who you serve. Over to you, Echo, and I'll wrap it up when you're done.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mark. Thanks for inviting me to be a guest today. Yes, my name's Echo Karras. I live here in Florida. I'm in Daytona Beach. And yes, I'm a client director with Engineered Tax Services. So our firm is actually based out of West Palm Beach, Florida, and it's been there for over 20 years. And so we help small and mid-sized businesses grow and maximize the code, the Internal Revenue Code, in the same way that large corporations are typically the only beneficiaries of, because they're the ones with the access. So the work I do, I'm the bridge. I'm the bridge between the people and the process. So the work I do helps people maximize discounts, deductions, and tax credits. So that helps stimulate the economy and keep the money flowing for investors. And the biggest part of what I do, though, that I love is working with people all over the spectrum of investors and educating them. So I work with their teams a lot, and just learning different ways for them to work better, smarter, and to engage their teams, each of the specialties that they've got for the people and the professionals that they work with. So a lot of times that's creating like a cohesive network for people, so that we can all participate and give our best to the situation. So that's what we do.
Very popular this time of year, I would imagine.
Yeah, we're pretty popular this time of year. We don't file taxes, so we don't do taxes for our clients, but we work with their accountants and CPAs to help them do this deep dive into the specialty tax credit world.
Wonderful. So what is your best practice then for people and organizations to be their best?
Yeah, so my best practice would be accountability, and having a system and a way to track, where are you? Where do you want to go? And then how are you going to measure as you progress and get there? So I'm just finishing up in my book club, the book Uncommon Accountability. And it was written by the gentleman that also wrote the 12-week year. So it's very, very geared toward owning your shiitake, right? And when you have ownership over things, it gives a little different perspective. So you're much more of a player in the process, and you feel some accountability, obviously, but you're able to look at things not from a victim mentality or from a it's not my problem or it's not my fault, but truly the ownership mentality and the accountability. I mean, I work with a team of people. There's 156 of us across the nation, and so if we're not being held accountable in some way, then things are going to slip through the cracks, right? We're fully remote, so there's no one telling me, okay, it's time for lunch, or it's time to shut down for the day. So I would say being accountable and having those kind of systems in place to measure that.
And just one more quick question off the back of that. This is often an area that some leaders struggle with more than others when it holds, holding other people to account. Have you experienced the benefits when you have a culture of accountability?
Yeah, certainly, of course. Yeah. And you know what too is it expands communication, because you have expectations that are clearly communicated. And then when you're held to, checking in or whatever those guideposts are that you've established, that creates that expectation with peers and clients alike that, what, Echo said she's going to call me at noon tomorrow, and I better call them at noon tomorrow or my name is mud, right? Because, that's all we've got in this world with people, and we've got AI and we've got technology and everything, but people need to keep showing up for the people. And by being accountable, that's what earns referrals. That's what earns repeat business. And that's what earns people's trust.
Love that. And it all impacts our personal brand and what we want to be remembered for, the people who actually do follow through. So thank you so much for that, Echo. And fun fact, I'll actually be down in West Palm Beach next week at a softball tournament with my daughter. So make sure you get the kettle on, okay?
All right, I'll get it.
But on behalf of
Great.
everyone who's watching this back, thank you so much, Echo, for your insights on how to help people and organizations be their best. Before we sign off, just a reminder for our subscribers, keep an eye on the events page of the website for professional development opportunities that we offer on a regular basis, and have a wonderful rest of the day.
I hope you found that interview useful, and if you did, feel free to rate, review, and share this podcast. We'll be back next week with another episode, and we also invite you to check out our other weekly podcast, Going the Extra Mile, which is sure to lift your spirit and encourage you in today's working world. Bye for now.